Hey everybody, welcome aboard. My name is Eric Bassell and I will be your gaming instructor today. I am not a video gamer, not even close, but I am a sailor and I happened to stumble across virtualregatta.com, and after playing around with it for just a little bit, I feel this has some really good potential for helping to teach up and coming sailors. I am really impressed with this software. I think it's really neat, and I think the people at virtualregatta.com have done a great job. I find myself doing the same things when I'm playing this game that I do when I'm sailing a real sailboat race, except for actually sailing the boat. You can adjust your vantage point to high above or lower. When you're up high, you can look down the course and see where the wind is coming from and where the pressure is greater, and develop your racing strategy accordingly. Up at the top, it shows where the wind is coming from. So as I'm setting up for the start here, it says that the wind's coming from the left. So I'm going to set up for a pin end or near the pin end start in this race. This software teaches you the rules by enforcing the rules, and it keeps you honest. If you commit a foul, it will penalize you 10 seconds. The software will help you if you're willing to take the help by showing you ley lines, showing you wind information. It'll also auto drive your boat to the best VMG so that you can focus more on strategy and tactics. That's what I like. I'm not worried about my gaming capabilities because driving a boat on a computer is a little silly to me. But the tactical and strategic benefit and learning opportunities and the rules applications, I think, are phenomenal. So let's check out this race and see how it goes. We got a great start and we're sitting pretty. Looks like we're in first place. So we're heading off to the left side and approaching the left ley line. The wind past the ley line didn't look too great, so I'm going to tack back over, hopefully not have to contend with the starboard tacking boats, and they tack over, so that was awfully nice of them. But we see the pressure up on the right side coming in, and hopefully we can get up towards the first mark before the wind comes in and helps the boats to the right. We have a boat coming in on starboard tack that we might have to contend with, but watch as it gets really close. See the number 10 in red pops up right below it. That's telling us that Rule 10 is in effect. When boats are on opposite tack, the boat on port tack, which we are, has to give way to the boat on starboard tack. As we head up the first leg, we notice that the wind is starting to shift to the right. I'm scanning the puffs, trying to think about what my downwind strategy is going to be. It's a little early, but since the wind shifted to the right a little bit, it helps the boats on the right side catch up to us, and the starboard crossing boat looks like it might cross us. So we're gonna lee bow it. I don't think I would have crossed it there. Maybe I could have, but good lee bow forces them to tack away. I'm going to cross the boats coming in on port while I can cross them, put them in my bad air, and have a nice lane that's nice and clean going into the first mark. Approaching the windward mark here, we see the wind coming down the right side, so when we round the mark, it'll be coming down our left side. So I'm going to plan to do a jibe set, sail down the left side of the course when we're sailing downwind. But right now I have some boats to contend with. Yeah, that's going to be close. So I'm going to do a lee bow here, and I'm going to be tacking, and I'm going to be tacking in the zone here. So they actually call a foul on the boat. You can see it start to blink. It's going to give that a 10-second penalty. I did not force that boat to sail above head to wind and did not get inside of me before she turned down on me. So I agree with that foul call, but that was close. So what we're going to do is we're going to round the mark and follow our game plan here, and we're going to head out to the left, sail down the left side. And you can see how the wind shadows show up here. All that white area to the leeward of the sail is wind shadow. So what I do here is I put the rear view mirror on. It's a nice, cool feature because when we're sailing downwind in a sailboat race, we're always looking back, and actually look back a lot more than I actually do in this video. But you can also kind of see the wind shadows from behind you, so it's a little bit of a cheat. But so I'd be looking back or having my crew look back almost entirely, especially when we're in the lead. As we sail down the downwind course. So we're constantly looking back and checking, looking for the wind puffs. And right now we're looking good in first place. But we're not in first place, so we're gonna jibe back over, and you can hit a button and it automatically jives for you. And And it looks like the wind's a little bit better over there, and unfortunately it's a story of my life when you see that the wind's better on a different side, and by the time you notice it, there's someone already there, and that tends to happen. So we're going to do the best we can and maintain a good position with the leaders here and round the leeward mark. Looks like we're going to round it in second place. The computer does have an autopilot capability to get you into the best VMG, but it will not steer the course for you and will not steer around marks for you. So you have to steer, and unfortunately, I can't steer very well yet because I'm still new at this. So I'm going to just make a respectable rounding here. This is a far cry from a nice wide and tight tactical rounding, but we got around it pretty nicely. Now I'm looking up the course and I can see that there's a big dark area far down the course on the right side. So I'm looking over there. I see it, and I'm gonna make my way over there right away. So if you look really far forward, you can see that big black or big dark area, and that's the wind I want to be in when it gets to us and come in on the starboard ley line. At least that's my goal. Unfortunately, got another starboard tacker here, so I'm not going to tack over to the left when I want to go to the right. So I'm going to make a big duck here, and I'm going to get going towards the wind. And if the wind gets here and shifts to the right, it's going to be hopefully put me in first place and around the mark in first place again, but we'll see how it works out. You know, the wind's starting to go right in a big way, and the boats over there are tacking over to try and get the lift. I think the wind's going to go farther right, and I want that wind to come in, but looks like the wind's not going to get there. That's unfortunate, but the wind still did shift pretty far right, so I think we are making some ground on the other two boats. Looks like we are a little bit, just not as much as I was hoping. That's okay, so we're going to overstand just a little bit, and we're going to take our turn in. Not a bad play, but the wind's still pretty far right, so we're going to get a nice lift coming into the mark here while they're on a header, and let's see if we can make up some ground. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna cross maybe in second place here. Let's see how it works out. Looks like we have a puff coming down the right side of the course, which means it'll be going down the left side of the course when we're going downwind, but we'll keep that in our memory banks here. But we have a boat coming in on port tack. They're going to have to duck. Oh, they don't, and they foul. So that didn't work out. So they're going to get penalized 10 seconds, and it's going to give us some cushion as we round the offset mark here and head down the left side of the course and try and catch that wind puff as it comes in and try and hopefully track down the leader and keep the second place or the third place boat behind us. So let's see how it works out. On second thought, I just checked my rear view and thought I saw a puff coming down the right side. So as the third place boat tries to drive over my windward side, I jibe back and want to get out to the right and stay in this puff coming down, and seem to be doing a pretty good job of it. He's going to mess with me, so it's just part of it. So what I'm going to do is I want to stay in that puff and sail fast so that even if he does happen to pass me, at least we'll get a third place and drive away from the rest of the pack. So I'm going to just work hard and stay in good wind and keep that boat between me and the finish line and see if we can keep her there the whole way down and all the way to the end. So let's see how we finish. I'm going to spoil the ending here and let you know that I finished in second. I jibe away and pull away and finish comfortably in second place. But more importantly, I want to stress that for the up-and-coming people in my fleet and my friends who are learning how to sail, I think if you learn how to record your screen and you have situations that you want help explaining or maybe what you could have done differently, I think this has huge potential for training and teaching, and I think it's worth at least giving it a try. So give this a try, see if it works, and if I can help you out, let me know.